What up guys, we are in that time of the year where we don't have to worry about wearing our crispy white sneakers outside. We're getting into the spring and summer, we got nice weather on the way, and in this video I'm going to be giving you the top 10 best white sneakers you can buy right now. I cover a lot of different brands and all of the sneakers in this video are either $150 or less. Without further ado, let's get into it, starting off with number 1, the Adidas BW Army. After we've seen the Adidas Samba and the Gazelle pretty much dominate the sneaker scene over the last couple years, this year there's been another sneaker that Adidas is definitely putting some attention on, and that is its very historic BW Army trainer, which a lot of people for good reason says looks like a Margiela replica shoe. Interestingly enough, it was the Margielas which were originally inspired by the Adidas pairs. We've seen a few colorways of the BW Army trainer drop this year, including this very high profile collab with Hard Copy. However, that pair is just reselling for way too much right now, but if you wanted a very simple colorway like this one right here, this one dropped last year but it is sold out everywhere. However, you can get them right now on StockX for very good prices, somewhere around $100 to $120 in most sizes. And this is just a super versatile sneaker that you can wear with anything, and if you're tired of wearing Sambas, then definitely give the BW Army trainer a shot. For sizing on these, if you've never worn a pair of these before, these do fit me perfectly at true to size, which unlike the Sambas, I do go a half size up in Sambas, but in the BWs, true to size fits me best. Next we have the Asics Gel 1130. I really can't think of another sneaker right now that I think is a better value for money than this shoe right here. Not only does it fit in really well with today's sneaker trends, this shoe is only $100. It is insanely comfortable. There's plenty of different white colorways you can get, or if you wanted to, you can even go for the more colorful options, but this is a video about white shoes. I do fit perfectly at true to size in these. The cushioning on this is so soft. Every time I wear my pair, I still can't believe that this shoe only costs $100. And in case you haven't already noticed, Asics shoes, they used to always be cool, but they're definitely cooler than ever right now. And another great Asics option is the Gel NYC. This is a relatively new silhouette. It only dropped last year. It's really about which of the two styles do you prefer. I actually really love the way the Gel NYC looks. We recently even saw a Hidden New York collab on this sneaker. However, most of those pairs are reselling for well over $150. But not to worry, there are plenty of spring and summer colorways that you can get for very good prices. I also swear by the comfort on this sneaker. With most of the Asics sneakers, you can just wear them all day and your feet just feel like you're walking on clouds. Moving on to Jordan Brand, I have to mention this shoe because I just felt like it is so ridiculously slept on. They dropped last year the Jordan 1 Low in the neutral gray colorway. The shoes look beautiful. They have that traditional Jordan 1 85 look. The only reason that this shoe didn't sell out and right now you can get pretty much most sizes for well under retail is simply because Jordan 1 hype seems to have died out quite a bit, but who cares? It doesn't matter. This is a great looking sneaker. The Jordan 1 Lows, in my opinion, look way better with shorts than Jordan 1 Highs, so I think it's a perfect summertime shoe as well. Go true to size in these as well for the best fit, and for me that is the same size I wear in pretty much all Jordan sneakers, including 3s and 4s. Definitely for me, these are the cleanest Jordan 1s that dropped in the last year that you could just wear all summer. Moving on to New Balance, a very affordable pair of shoes is the New Balance 530, also retailing for just $100. It's an extremely comfortable shoe. It kind of has a bit of an Asics vibe to it with the silver metallic details. Definitely more of a dad shoe, which is still very popular right now. You can really beat these into the ground. They're extremely comfortable, as you would expect from New Balance. I also fit true to size in this pair. They also happen to be my girlfriend's favorite shoes, and they are in general also extremely popular with women. Typically New Balance is much more on the expensive side, but not these. These only cost $100 and they're super comfortable, great for summer. The next sneaker on the list, let's move on to Nike. Now we know that slimmer sneakers in general are very popular these days, which is why I gotta recommend the Nike Killshot 2. You could maybe even think of this shoe as a Nike version of an Adidas Samba. It does have that kind of vibe. It is a very slim and versatile model, which does come in several different colors with predominantly a white base and a gum midsole. The shoe has become a lot more available these days. You can just simply get them from the Nike website, whereas in the past you actually had to go get them from J. Crew locations only. But these also retail for a very low price. They are widely available and it is a very versatile sneaker. I personally do go true to size in this one, so go with your regular Nike size. To give you some reference, I go a half size down, for example, in the Nike Air Force 1, but I go true to size in Nike Dunks as well. So if you haven't already tried them, give the Killshot 2 a shot, no pun intended. And the next Nike sneaker I have to recommend is maybe my favorite Nike shoe, which is the Zoom Vomero 5. I know that most of the pairs do retail for more than $150. However, if you go on StockX, you can get them for well below retail. You can get some nice white pairs, in fact, for well under retail. And these sneakers, I've been talking about these shoes for years, well before they became popular, as simply the most comfortable Nike sneakers that you can buy. Some of these colorways look so nice. Definitely if you were thinking of buying a Y2K style sneaker, but maybe you don't really like the metallic details on some of the Asics pairs, then the Zoom Vomero 5 is a perfect option for you. You still get that aesthetic, but maybe it's a more easier shoe to pull off. And in terms of comfort, I do personally find the Zoom Vomero 5s to be slightly more comfortable than some of the Asics models. Moving down to the last 3 sneakers on the list, let's talk about Reebok and one of the most versatile shoes of all time. Of course, that is the Reebok Club C. This sneaker does not care at all about trends or sneaker trends because it has never ever gone out of style. There are infinite white versions of the shoe that you can buy. And if you wanted something a little different, you can check out one of my favorite pairs to drop recently, which was a collab with Tyrell Winston. All of these pairs retail for well under $150. Now, while I don't really think the Club C is the most comfortable shoe, it doesn't have a whole lot of cushioning. But if you were in the market for just one white pair of shoes that you could wear for years, not worry about them going out of style, then really out of all of the sneakers on this list, probably couldn't recommend the Reebok Club C more. Next, one more New Balance pair I wanted to touch on was the New Balance 9060, a very chunky looking dad shoe which has gotten super popular over the last several years, and they have dropped in several white colorways. Now they do tend to sell out quite fast, so you're gonna have to check the secondary market for your options. But this is a sneaker that every time I see in public, I just can't help but admiring how stylish they look on feet. It's not that traditional New Balance dad shoe type of look that you're used to. It seems to have almost like a futuristic type of vibe to it. They also come in several different materials. The retail price for these is $150. I go true to size in the 9060, which is the same size I wear in pretty much all New Balance sneakers, like the 990s or the 550s. Also, especially if you guys do have wider feet, then this is a very wide foot friendly shoe. And finally, for the last sneaker on the list, I gotta talk about another classic, this time from Puma, and that is of course the Puma Clydes. You can put these kind of in the same category as the Reebok Club C's, as timeless sneakers that never really go out of style. It really just comes down to your preference over which one of these do you prefer in terms of looks. And there's tons of different versions of the Clyde that you can get. Some come in suede. You even have this Puma Clyde Gore-Tex version, which is in fact rainproof. And that's pretty rare, a white sneaker that you can actually wear in the rain. There's also quite a few collabs on this model, so really infinite choices here when it comes to the Puma Clyde. And before we end this video, I wanted to give you guys 2 bonus picks, so to speak, 2 that didn't really make the top 10 because in my opinion they're just so obvious. One is of course the Adidas Samba. I mean, you probably have seen this shoe a million times already on your TikTok feeds, but just because you might be tired of seeing these shoes on social media doesn't make them bad. They are great sneakers. They're very versatile. I can't lie, they are not comfortable at all, especially if you have wider feet. They're definitely not meant for you. They're very narrow sneakers. I like to go a half size up in my pair, and you can get them for around $100 and they look great. And finally, the last option of course is the Air Force Ones. Yes, the white Air Force Ones. Now these sneakers, I will admit, have gotten a bit too pricey in my opinion. These now retail for $115 when they used to actually retail for $100, but it doesn't take away from the fact that they are true classics. They do fit big, however, make sure you go half a size down in them. Another alternative which dropped last year was the Jacques Mousse J Force One, which is a much more slimmer looking Air Force One. I know it's not for everyone, but that actually happens to be one of my favorite sneakers that I've bought over the last year. They're definitely a lot more comfortable than your regular Air Force Ones. You knew I couldn't complete this video without mentioning the Air Force One, so there you go. Those are my top 10 with 2 bonus picks. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite sneaker, and also if I missed any, let me know. And also I do want to know what sneakers are you planning to wear this spring and summer. In the description of the video you can find a link to my Instagram where I am very active, and also make sure you check out my sneaker podcast, the Kickback Pod. Those links can be found in the description as well. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.